China is one of the countries with the most complex landforms in the world. The land of China is just like a natural geological museum, with magnificent and wonderful scenes everywhere. It is the only country in the world that has all 5 types of terrains, namely plains, plateaus, mountains, hilly area, and basins, in the vast western region. There is the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, the highest in the world. Here, snow-capped mountains stretch continuously and glaciers crisscross, making it the place closest to the sky. The northeast plain is flat and vast, with fertile black soil and beautiful golden autumn scenery. In the southeast, hills rise and fall, full of lush greenery. The landscapes of Guilin are exquisite masterpieces of nature. In the most developed cities in the east, there are also various man-made super projects. There are magnificent sea-crossing bridges and the most beautiful undersea tunnels. In the mountainous areas in the northwest, the terrain is similar to that of Switzerland. The warm air from the Atlantic Ocean blows across the vast European plain and turns into rain here. Fortunately, all these places are accessible by roads today. We can follow these roads to enjoy the beautiful scenery. In this video, I will introduce the 6 most beautiful highways in China. 6th, National Highway G314. It starts from Rungxi in Xinjiang and finally reaches the Pamir Plateau. The Pamir Plateau means flat-roofed house in Persian. The ancient Silk Road of China passed through here. The trade between China and the Middle East, as well as South Asia, all went through this area. This means that merchants have been passing through here since at least 2,000 years ago. During the Tang Dynasty, the famous monk Xuanzang, who went to India to study Buddhist culture from China, took a detour through Afghanistan from here before going to India. It's hard for us to imagine how they managed to pass through these sparsely populated areas back then. The eastern part of the Pamir Plateau is located within Chinese territory. The average altitude of the mountains here is over 4,000 meters. It is rated as the most beautiful yet also the most dangerous highway. There are large areas of desert hills here, with rolling sand dunes, and in the distance are snow-capped mountains and pure blue lakes. The most famous Moose Tog Glacier is located on this road. This is a paradise for adventurers and hiking enthusiasts. However, the altitude here is over 4,000 meters, which may cause altitude sickness. And along this route are sparsely populated areas. It's possible that there is only a small town every few hundred kilometers. Therefore, when driving here, you need to feel free to check the condition of your vehicle at all times, because there are no places to repair cars by the roadside. Fifth, National Highway G331. This national highway is known as the most beautiful highway in the northern border area of China. Its starting point is located in Liaoning province, and it reaches Xinjiang province. After passing through 6 northern provinces of China, it is 9,300 kilometers long, and few people can complete the whole journey on this road. Along this route, there are endless grasslands and forests. Meanwhile, it will also pass through deserts and Gobi deserts. The most beautiful section among them should be the part that traverses the Greater Qinghai Mountains. The Greater Qinghai Mountains are the watershed between the Inner Mongolia Plateau and the Songliao Plain. The total area of this mountain range, 320,000 square kilometers. It is an important forestry and water source base in northeast China. There are more than 500 rivers within the whole mountain range. It is also the natural green barrier of the Songnan Plain and the Hulenbor grassland. There is the world's largest primeval forest of Korean pine here. The endless sea of multicolored forests becomes colorful in autumn. as dreamy as a fairy tale world. Usually, the most beautiful time here, also in autumn. Starting from the beginning of September, the forests here begin to turn yellow. The best travel time here is also in September, because it will be late autumn after October. And by November, this place may have been completely covered by white snow. Fourthly, the Hexi Corridor. There is more than one route here. The Hexi Corridor is a narrow area stretching for about 1,000 kilometers. To its north are the deserts and Gobi of the Inner Mongolia Plateau, and to its south is the Qilian Mountains of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. And this section of the route in the middle has become a vital transportation artery connecting the central plains of China and the western regions for thousands of years. Therefore, along this route, there are not only beautiful natural landscapes, but also rich historical and cultural heritages. The Mogao Caves, the world's largest and richest Buddhist cultural heritage site in existence, are located here. The western end of the Great Wall is here, and the ancient Silk Road also started from here. The Hexi Corridor was an important town for military and trade in history. It has historical and cultural remains dating back thousands of years, which is a rare cultural phenomenon in the history of human civilization. It can be said that the Hexi Corridor is like a historical gallery of China. In terms of natural scenery, the Hexi Corridor is also unique. There are desolate Gobi and lush oases stretching for hundreds of kilometers. There are also rushing rivers and magnificent Dangsha landforms. If you plan to travel here, it is advisable to go in summer. Even in summer, you can still see the towering snow-capped mountains in the distance. Thirdly, the Chingdao Bay Subsea Tunnel. It is located in Qingdao City, Shandong Province, with a tunnel length of 7 kilometers. What makes it most distinctive is that in its subsea tunnel, there is not only the regular lighting, but also a 3D large screen added on the top. At specific times, vivid ocean videos will be played here, mainly to relieve drivers' driving fatigue. When you are driving under the sea and feeling bored and suddenly pass by this place, you will feel as if you have truly entered the underwater world. It seems that all kinds of fish will swim past above your head. However, currently, the projection of patterns on this section is open during all periods. If you want to watch the sky curtain video, it is advisable to check whether it is open on that day before going there. Secondly, the Dooku Highway. The Dooku Highway is a 561-kilometer-long highway that cuts across the Chanshan Mountains. It connects the southern and northern parts of Xinjiang within the short distance of 561 kilometers. The Dooku Highway passes through natural landscapes such as deep mountain valleys, deserts, Gobi deserts, waterfalls, grasslands, rivers, lakes, and glaciers, and is hailed as a milestone in the history of highway construction in China. This road is closed in winter because the snow is too thick for passage. However, millions of people travel here every summer. The Dooku Highway is truly a scenic avenue. It starts from Dushanzi, an oil city in northern Xinjiang, and winds its way up into the depths of the Chanshan Mountains, along the tributaries of the Kutun River from north to south. With mountains on one side and a river on the other, the terrain of the highway is extremely dangerous. Among them, there is a particularly dangerous section, called Tiger's Mouth. Finally, it reaches the Chanshan mysterious Grand Canyon at the end. You can experience the different kinds of weather, summer and winter, within just 10 kilometers. Here, although you can enjoy various beautiful sceneries, you also have to hold your breath time, and again due to the arduousness of the road. A large part of the cliffs on the roadside form reverse slopes of no less than 90 degrees with the ground. The Dooku Highway was first built in the 1970s, which was a very difficult period in China. The purpose of building this road was to construct a strategic passage against the Soviet Union. However, at that time, China didn't have many large machines, and many sections had to be excavated by manpower. More than 100 engineering soldiers sacrificed their lives during the process of building the road. Due to the precipitous terrain, the Dooku Highway is only open to tourists in summer, and the best travel time is from July to August. The first G318 National Highway. Here it specifically refers to the section of the road from Chengdu City to Lhasa City. It has a total length of 2,100 kilometers, and it takes 6 days to complete the journey. This section of the road is a modern upgraded version of the ancient Sichuan-Tibet line. However, even with the paved highway, this road is still extremely dangerous. This highway has been marked as the must-drive in one's lifetime dream by countless people. It starts from Chengdu, which has vast fertile fields and is free from floods and droughts, and ends at Lhasa, the city of sunlight on the snow-covered plateau. All the way, it crosses lofty mountains and traverses big rivers, and its natural scenery is breathtaking. Actually, the Sichuan-Tibet line is divided into the Northern Line and the Southern Line, each being about 2,000 kilometers long. The Northern Line mainly features cultural landscapes. People usually take the Southern Line. There are countless scenic spots along the way here, and they are the ones that can't be found elsewhere. Because the Qinghai Tibet Plateau is the largest and highest plateau in the world. There are not only unique plateau landscapes on this road, but also earthly paradises like Lindsay City. If I were to list all the scenic spots on the Sichuan-Tibet line, it would take me at least a whole day. From Chengdu to Lhasa, the whole journey is more than 2,300 kilometers, passing through the Qinghai Tibet Plateau with an altitude of more than 5,000 meters and experiencing mountains, cliffs and precipices. This is the initial and ultimate dream of most Chinese travelers. But if you are not fully prepared, please don't challenge this road. It is beautiful, but also full of risks.